Yes. Hey, hey, hey. How are you today?
Is the countdown done?
Kristen, can you hear us?
I'm still trying to connect to the Facebook. So hold on. Let me stop my share.
Okay. Yes.
I hear you on YouTube, so that's good.
Okay, perfect.
The last time that we did this, okay, this has to be turned down because I hear you on YouTube. The last time that we did this, I could not make it work. YouTube was not my friend. It was so bad. But now we are definitely good on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Give me just a minute because I know actually people are waiting in the Facebook group. So nobody might even see us right now.
No. Christian's there on YouTube. She made a comment already.
Is everywhere.
Oh, okay. Okay, awesome. Yes, guys, give us a second. Oh, hello. While JCan is setting everything up. And then we're going to do some magic. Meanwhile, I can do some exercise because, why not? I mean, there's no time for that in the day. So you can exercise with me. I mean, let's do some, I don't know, desk yoga or something. Ooh, so good. So good. Or I can sing while she's preparing. She's busy. I've never seen her so quiet. This is weird. So, yes. Okay, you can stretch that neck there. Oh my God, can you feel that? Yeah, that's good. And just go to the front. And move around. And this is so good. And guys, while you're waiting there, just grab a drink. I have my usual here.
What is your usual today?
Just vodka and Coke. Yeah. Simple stuff, simple girl. It's the easiest thing.
So I have all of my devices on Do Not Disturb, and Facebook wants this code to stream. And guess what? My devices are all on Do Not Disturb. So that's why it's taking a minute. But it's working, I think. Yes, I see me in the Facebook. So okay, now
that's fantastic.
Put this in the funnel like a badass group.
What's the name of the Facebook group?
Funnel like a badass.
Oh, I don't think I'm a member of that.
You should be.
Funnel like, okay. I don't think so.
Okay, I think we're live everywhere.
I just have to join.
Okay. How is everybody today? Oh, and I'm recording. Oh man, this is so fantastic. Gosh, I am so excited for today. I am positive that with all of the things that have been going on in my personal life in the last 2 weeks, that maybe somebody didn't want this event to happen today. And I think it would have still happened based on what happened yesterday, but it would have been way more messy than it currently is. So I am excited to be here. I am so excited to have you here, Alex, and I am even more excited for the people who are watching this streaming. Oh, wait, I'm trying to find me on the Facebook now. Hold on. Okay.
Also trying to.
We are going to have a lot of fun today. I cannot wait for you to hear the things that Alex, CT, and our special guest. I haven't told anybody who the special guest is. And I'm not going to tell you, but I'm very excited for you guys because it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see here. So let's jump right in. Alex is an automations maverick, and this girl knows more than I do about making things work simply and to connect all of the dots. And she's freaking awesome. I don't know if I've said that out loud today, but Alex is freaking amazing. Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, where is my live in the Facebook group?
Yeah, I cannot find it.
Yeah, I know I shared it.
Because I can see here that you're live on YouTube, but I cannot, like in Zoom, but I cannot see that you're live in Facebook and here.
Totally do. Okay, so let's do this. I know you have a hard stop at the top of the hour, so why don't we go ahead and get used. Oh, here's Cathi, CT back. You go ahead and show. I know you have a lot of exciting pieces of tech to show us, so why don't you get started? I'm gonna fix the Facebook stream, and I'll come back and when you just go.
So you want me to just go? Okay. So, hello everybody. My name is Alex Tempest. I'm the automations maverick, or the anti-chef, taking things off your plate. I work with solopreneurs and six-figure entrepreneurs, helping them optimize and automate their business so that they can grow without hiring a big team and have more time. Time is very precious, and it's super important for me. I learned that we actually need systems and automations in today's world. When I was, so I'm an IT engineer, and I had 12 years of a career in IT. And I was managing a team, leading a team of 70 people. At the same time, I was a vice president of a canine search and rescue organization. And it was a lot of work. So if I didn't have my systems and my people, I wouldn't have been able to manage it all. So this is a little bit about where I am coming from with this. And today I want to show you Trello, because Trello is a fantastic tool created by Atlassian, which is a company that actually creates this tool used in IT by IT teams. And Trello is like a younger retarded brother. It's like a younger brother of that one. Just it has less functionality, way less, but it's still awesome. And you can just solve so many challenges using Trello. And I want to show you what's possible. So basically, whether you're a Trello beginner or not, people tend to love these webinars and the tools that I'm going to show you, and then you're going to be able to get one of them for yourself as well. They love it because it just shows you how to think differently about Trello, and shows you the capabilities, and it just gets your juices flowing, and it inspires you. And these tools are really, really awesome. So I create everything that I create in my business, whether it's one-on-one work with six-figure entrepreneurs, or in my membership, with solopreneurs, or these small products that I will just show you right now. They're all created to solve problems. So it's right. So the first thing, and JKN, feel free to jump in. Oh, I wanted to say, if you have any questions or you want to add something, just go ahead and jump in the comments, and JKN will be serving them here to me, hopefully, and afterwards I can answer everything.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Okay. Awesome. So you're going to get. I'm going to show you two tools in Trello that I created myself. One of them you're going to be able to get for yourself for a very small price, and the other one it's like a mini CRM in Trello, and the other one has a wait list, because I haven't actually created the. I'm not selling it yet, but it's pretty awesome, and I'm just testing the market with that one. There's going to be a link here to the presentation, which has links to all my tools, and there's an additional free tool there called Business Buddy. So 3 tools altogether. You're going to get the links for them, and that one is free. So maybe I'm just going to post the link to this presentation here, and then we're going to start basically, and I'm going to share my screen. So you're going to stop seeing my face, right? Okay, or the other link is actually simpler. It's this. Sorry,
I'll drop the link in the Facebook and the YouTube.
This one, yeah, this one's better. bit.ly/Trello Magic, basically, super simple. So there you have all the links to all the tools that I'm showing today. Right. So Do you want to add anything before I start, Jake? I don't know.
Yeah.
Right now,
I would love to jump in. So make sure you guys will help us tremendously. Yes, there is a link, and I'll put this in the chats as well for you to register for this event so that you get any of the freebies that we're talking about or any follow-up. But if you would go to the Facebook to Funnel Like Badass and tag your business bestie in this stream, then we can share the word with more people and we're just going to have a ton of fun. So, and also if you're watching this live, put hashtag automations so that it's easier for Alex to come back later and follow up with you.
Yeah, because then we're going to have a lot of comments most likely, and it's just easier to go through all these comments when I know who was watching live and who was watching a replay. Thank you so much. Okay, so that was a little bit of housekeeping, and now let's jump in. So the first tool that I want to show you is called, I have a family of products. So there's Business Buddy, which I'm not going to show you today. It's your business dashboard. It's free. You can get it from the link over there. The second one is called Follow Up Franny. So this is a mini CRM created to help you follow up. And the third one is called PM Pam, and that is the one that has a wait list right now, and you can sign up for the wait list, and I will send you an email when that one is ready. And this one is made for project management. So if you have I'm going to show you how to create repetitive tasks in Trello. And if you have some projects that, for instance, whenever you onboard a new client, you need to create a list of tasks that you need to do with them. For instance, maybe you are a website designer, you can create those tasks automatically. So I'm going to show you that. Now, the first product is Follow Up Franny. So the first family member is Follow Up Franny. Let me tell you a little bit about her, because before I became an automations maverick, after I finished with my IT career, I became a coach and a healer. And in that business, I was really struggling with following up with people. So it wasn't going well because I would just have so many calls with people and just keep creating new opportunities in business, but I wasn't following up. So basically, I realized that a lot of the time was wasted when we don't follow up with people. It's like you're focusing all this energy. I was doing that. I was focusing all the energy on creating new connections, and then nothing came out of them because I didn't take people from the sales call or from the conversation in Messenger through the whole sales process. And that's not good for business. And this is one of the skills that we need to practice and just really get really good at as entrepreneurs, right? And so when I started my automations business, I said, this cannot happen to me again. I got to get good at following up, right? And I figured I need a good tool, and I couldn't find one. And I didn't want to pay $100 a month for a CRM just to help me follow up. So I said, well, I'm going to create something for myself in Trello. And this is how Follow Up Franny came to life. And actually, the outcome was quite unexpected for me, because I realized after 2 months of using this tool that I have followed up with everybody. And I was like, this is fucking mind-blowing. How is this even possible? I'm the same person, and I just have a good system, and it worked. It's like, it's insane. And it actually took me an additional 4 months to start selling the tool, because I just kept thinking how awesome it is, but I never got to actually selling it. And then I started to sell it, and it's just like people love it. You're gonna see the testimonials on the sales page. So that's Follow Up Franny. You can let me know in the comments what is your challenge with follow up. I would love to find out about that. And I'm pretty sure Follow Up Franny will just help you solve that. So I'm going to share my screen now. Hey, Debbie, great to see you here. Fantastic.
Oh, I forgot something so important. So while you're bringing up Follow Up Franny, guys, we have, oh gosh, darn it. I can't believe I forgot this. It's so important. VIP, right? So you just heard Alex welcome Debbie, because Debbie is a VIP. She's in the backstage area. She's in Zoom, communicating, chatting with us in real time, not watching the stream, not waiting for the questions to pop up not 20 minutes, but there's a lag. There are lots of reasons to be a VIP, and I'm going to put the link in both of the chats, YouTube and in Facebook. But here's some things. You can join us in the back room, right? You can be backstage with us live. You are going to get access. I don't even know off the top of my head. Free stuff from me, one-on-one session, something else. I don't know. All of it for 40. Oh, there's a VIP session with CT and Alex next Thursday. We need to confirm the time with CT, but Thursday, probably 1-ish Eastern. So, you guys want to take advantage of that. And back to you, Alex. I took too much of your time.
No, that's okay. And there's a 70% discount to join Tech Club in the first month, which is my membership for solopreneurs, where we solve all your tech problems, basically any tech problems. You can bring them there, and we solve them there. It's incredible, and there's a lot of trainings. So that's one of the advantages of the VIP. Alrighty, so let me show you Follow Up Franny. This is a template. So I use famous people here. You know, they are in my pipeline. Why not? So what's going on here is you have, a dashboard which shows you some numbers. You probably haven't seen this in Trello. You've got all these columns, and basically what we want to do is we start with the potential contact, and then we go take them through the process. So you want to go from left to right with the people, and this is your sales process. So maybe you've initialized a contact with them, then you want to follow up again. They schedule the call. And then maybe you send a proposal to them, and now they either became a client or not, but they are done for now, or they are done and not ideal. You can also, this is flexible. You can create your own columns. You can create your own process using Follow Up Franny. That's totally up to you. So let me show you what's going on here. So basically, let's say we have this Bradley Cooper here. I'm going to open his card to show you. Damn, this is annoying. Okay. Bradley Cooper. So what happens here is you can take notes by clicking. This is what I say. You can take notes by clicking with Follow Up Franny, because a lot of times what we want to remember about people that we meet at networking events and maybe on Facebook, on social media, wherever, doesn't really matter where you meet them, is repetitive information. So not only can you fill the description for Bradley Cooper and say, he has 3 Labradors. I love dogs. 3 Labradors. And maybe loves to sail, whatever, that's me, but maybe he does too. And all the other stuff, maybe about his business, etc. You can save the notes, but also you can store and easily click on a label, and you can add your own labels as well and mark him as a, for instance, potential client, or somebody that I want to do a collaboration with. So you can store all sorts of your contacts here and then look through them. Or maybe you want to say, this guy is an expert. I really want to refer him. So you would just add this label here. And there's a couple of other labels available. And like I said, you can add your own. So that goes pretty quickly. But then there's this whole part here with the details, which is specific to Follow Up Franny. You don't have that in Trello because this, it ends here normally. But you can add all the details in these different fields. So we've got the job title, his email. If we want to, we can select the date when we met. So I can just click here. Again, this is taking notes by clicking. And I say we met yesterday. Okay. And where we met, I can say that we met on Facebook, and I can put all the links which are going to be clickable. Sorry, they are going to be clickable, I promise you. Here are his profiles, etc. And the next thing that's here is the proposal tab. So it even has tabs here, and I can sign and I can tell what was the offer that I sent to him, what is it that I offered to him, and how much I proposed. So let's say I made an offer to him for $2,000. So let's say I said I am doing a I don't know, Trello automations, whatever, for him, and I said this is going to cost you $2,000, and I am going to say, now I want to follow up with him again. So I can either click on the due date here or click on the due date here and set the date on when I want to follow up. But there's a faster way of doing that with Follow Up Franny, where I can just create these. I have these buttons, and you can just change them, create them differently, where I can just click, this guy is going to be due in 7 days. So I'm just going to click like so, and automatically this closes the card, and it set the date for August 5th, which is in 7 days, that I need to follow up again with Bradley Cooper. And because I want to follow up again with them, I'm just going to put the card in the follow up again lane. And What follow-up Franny does for you is it sends you an email. By default, it's once a week on Mondays, I believe. It sends you an email with the list of everybody that you need to follow up with this week, and they are linked to their cards. So you're going to get a list of Bradley Cooper, whatever, Leonardo DiCaprio, Johnny Depp, etc. If you're supposed to follow up with them that week, or you can set it to follow up with them that same day. So this is pretty awesome, right? And I can see here on the face of this card, the title of his job and also the amount of offer that I sent to him. So if I sent the proposal, check this this column here. If I sent the proposal to someone, I can see who is worth what to me, basically. So Elton John, obviously, you know, he is hard for me because he's worth $50,000, right? Right. What else you can do here? So we've got, this is, by the way, this is all done in the free version of Trello. You're not paying for Trello. Right now, follow-up Franny costs only $37. It's a one-time payment. There's no subscription. This is a no subscription CRM, mini CRM, and it's just integrates with a lot of things. So if you're into integrations, you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. And it's a free version of Trello. So you can take a look at the calendar view, for instance, and see everybody like this on the 18th of July. There were 2 people for me to follow up with, etc. So you can see all of them here. You can search through them for them here in the search. So I can say, I am searching for, let's say, a Bradley Cooper. And it's going to find his card, even if I haven't spoken to him in a year. You know, you meet somebody in the street or you meet somebody in a networking event and you're wondering, I often do that. Have I met this person before? Do I know something about them? And especially online, you know, if I know something about them, if I met them before, I want to go back to my notes and I can do that immediately without them even seeing. And I can tell them, oh, by the way, how is your dog, you know, or how is your child, whatever, right? And so this is pretty awesome. So I'm not going to click, but this opens to his card here. If you have questions, let me know. Right, what else we can do here? Well, you can, for instance, filter. This is standard like Trello functionality. So let's say I want to look for all these people who are marked as experts. So I can just go to filter here, and now I can see everybody who is marked as an expert on my board, and I can see if I want to, you know, recommend an actor. Maybe one of these people will match who I want to recommend. So that's basically it in follow-up Franny. I'm going to stop the filter now, and we're going to move on to the other tool. But meanwhile, in the meantime, is there a question about this? Is there a question?
The only questions that they are putting in either of the chats is, how do we get it? And we wanted to know what it was, and it is, well, I said this, it's genius.
Okay, awesome, fantastic. So how do we get it? You get it from the Trello Magic webinar, or there's another link here, which I can just put here. It's just http bit.ly/follow-up Franny. As simple as that. You can go there and get her $37 one-time payment. You use the free version of Trello, and she comes with the training on how to use follow-up Franny to full capabilities, because maybe I forgot something. And she comes with training on Trello basics. So there's like a 14-minute training on Trello basics. If you're not a Trello user, I introduce Trello to you as well. Right. Okay, beautiful. So that was it. And I now want to show you PM Pam. So PM Pam is here. Sorry, I just keep jumping like this because I have this window here from Zoom and I have to keep moving it. Okay, PM Pam is a project management tool, project management Pam. So I want to give you a case. Let's say you're onboarding, and this is, you can do a lot of different things with this tool, right? But I want to show you Trello's capabilities. Let's say you are a copywriter and you get a new client. And for each new client, you have a certain amount of tasks, certain amount of tasks that you need to put on your board. Maybe some of them are for you, maybe some of them are for your VA or your team members, whatever, doesn't really matter, because Trello serves many users at the same time. And you don't want to create these tasks. You just wish that there was one button which creates these tasks for you. And so let me show you how to do that. So we're going to go here and create a card, and we're going to say the name of the client here. So I'm going to say, maybe I'm going to say main. I'll explain that later. You don't have to do this. You can just say the name of the client, but you can do something else here. It's flexible, and just mind the what I'm doing here and what is happening actually in Trello, because this is heavily automated. It's heavily automated. So I'm gonna blow your mind with this. Basically, that's what I want. And I get a little horny while I'll talk about this, so excuse me. We want to put in the client's name. So let's say the client is, who can be our client? Sofia Vergara, right? Sofia. I don't know. I think this is how we spell her name. Sofia Vergara. I love her. She's so funny. And I'm just going to click on create the card right now. I have stuff in the background, of course, going on. See, there's a task list here. Let's open this card. Let's open this card and see what has happened in Trello. So first of all, there's time tracking here, which I will explain later. But there's also these tasks. See, and I have 6 tasks. So the record a welcome video, send an onboarding form, block time in my calendar, design the website, write the website copy, create the website. Let's say these are my tasks, right? And she is labeled out as Leonardo DiCaprio, so I know I need to change that. What I will do right now is I will create for my new client a new label. That's all I need to do. So I'm going to say create a new label, and I'm going to say Sofia Vergara. Let's make it yellow. Okay, create this one and just mark it as Sofia Vergara. Okay. Now this looks clean. So I am going to close this task. And now this is in planning phase. I want you to take a look at what's going on when I shift the card to do. I think it's to do. Yeah, because I just created this like on Wednesday. So I am still not familiar with my own system. Right. So it has a 0 out of 6 tasks completed here, right? I'm going to move it now. To the section. Oh yeah. Oh, this is so good. Look at this. It's just creating tasks automatically. Oh my God, 7 tasks now on this list. 7 tasks. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So what this thing did is it has created all the tasks from this list here as separate cards. See, and it has linked these cards to these tasks. Oh my God, you guys are going like, oh, this is impossible. Yes. And so now what I can do is I can shift all these tasks separately. So let's say I want to start with sending the onboarding form. So I'm going to put it to in progress. This is called a Kanban board, by the way. So basically the premise of a Kanban board is that there are in general 3 columns. You can then, proliferate them. But basically tasks are either in one of 3 states: to do, in progress, or done. That's it. You can create additional columns. Of course, here, if your process is a little different, for instance, sometimes the task needs input from our client, like when you're creating branding, you're waiting for the branding colors, whatever. So you want to put it in a different state. But basically, again, we are shifting, going with the tasks from left to right. We want all the tasks ultimately to land in the done column. This is, a glory day for us, and we can celebrate with a drink, right? So we can work on these tasks separately. And what also happened here, I'm going to show you some of these tasks, they got new labels, right? So this one got labeled with T_video and this one with T writing, but the other ones didn't. How did that happen? Well, it happened because I have set up an automation here in Trello that if there is a word video in the name of the task, it adds a label that says video. And if there's a word that says write or copy, it adds the T writing label. Now, why is that important? Let me show you another thing. So let's say you have another client, right? So we're going to create another card for another client, and we're going to say Chris Hemsworth, right? Yeah. So I'm going to create a task for him, edit this, and just add his label very quickly. Just like I did with Sofia Vergara, same thing. But maybe I have, you know what? I have actually sent him the onboarding form, and I have blocked the time in my calendar. So I'm going to mark these tasks are done, or maybe I don't want to do this for him. Maybe I don't need, this is a smaller project, right? And maybe the design of the website is done too. So basically, I just want these 3 tasks to be created, and PM Pam will do that for me. So I'm just going to close the card. And now 3 out of 6 tasks have been marked as done. And I'm going to, again, shift this card here. And I want his tasks to be created. So they get created. And you see only 3 of them got created here. And again, the one that has video here gets the T video label. And the one that says it talks about copy gets the T writing label here. Why is this important? Because if you want to batch create content, so let's say Tuesday is your video creation day, what you can do is you can just filter all the tasks that are labeled with, let's say, T video, okay? And you can see all the tasks that are videos. And now you can say, okay, this Tuesday, what do I want to put in progress? I want to work on these 2 tasks, right? And so this is your day planning. You're planning the day, and then at the end of the day, you're probably done with these tasks, hopefully. So you're just going to shift them to the done column, and that's how you batch your content creation and creating your tasks. Context switching between the types of tasks, etc., takes the biggest amount of time. So this is why this is important to batch things. Okay, so now I have deleted the filter, but check this out. What happened here? Now, even though I recorded the video for Chris Hemsworth, right? I just shifted the task. Here, the task is marked as done on Chris Hemsworth card. So if I open this, so beautiful. It says record a welcome video has been scratched off this list as well. So that's amazing. That's amazing. And I have 2 more tasks on my list for Chris Hemsworth. These 2, right? So I can either shift these tasks here on the board. Let's say I am writing the website copy, wherever. Or if I maybe did all of it and I just want to say, at the end of the day, okay, I am done with Chris. Like everything is done for him. And I just want to scratch all the tasks at once. I can just click them, mark them as done here. And you see, they just were copied here to the done column, and including the main task. So all the tasks for Chris, including the one with the tasks, which are now in green, has been shifted into the done column. How fucking beautiful is that? This is awesome. This is awesome stuff. Right. So this is the task automation, like some of the things that you can do with Trello. Now, there's 2 more things that I want to show you here, smaller things. Are there any questions about this? Let's see if there's questions, because I am really like open to your ideas, like what you can do with this. And maybe you want to ask, Alex, can I do this? Can I do that?
Not seeing any questions, but there are definitely several people with their minds blown.
Okay, fantastic. That's good. If you have questions, I am so open. Like, I need your input, guys. So please, there's no stupid questions, only stupid people. Like my boss used to say, I don't work there anymore. Right. Okay. So.
Oh, new question.
Okay.
I think this is supposed to say, can you link cards to go high level automations to send emails or updates? Well, that's a good question.
You can do that because Trello is a beautiful system that integrates with a lot of stuff. So this would be a little bit more complex because you would need to know the email of the person and put it maybe in the description. So I don't want to say this, but it would require some parsing. I can set up an automation like this. It's not straightforward, but in general, yes, you can do whatever the fuck that you want. Like Trello is amazing like that. I would probably need to use webhooks with this. What I did is, if I can just quickly show you, is so let's say you have a lot of leads on Facebook, right? And you want to move them from Facebook Messenger to Follow Up Franny, which is Cathi had that that issue, and she was wondering if she has to put all the information manually from Follow Up Franny, or is there a way to take the information from Facebook and put it here. But what she uses is this program called Group Messenger. So let me show you. So basically what it does is, it's like, this is a separate software that is paid. It costs, I don't know how much, like from $20 to $100 a month, I think. If you use it to organize your messages in Messenger, this is the software, and it allows you, it's like a CRM in Facebook, right? Facebook CRM, it has all these people here, right? But the interface in there is not ideal, and it works slowly, and Follow Up Franny is so much better for just setting up your dates and putting in your notes, and you can have all these people in the one place, right? So what I have created for her is this automation here. See, because this software can push people into a Google Sheet. So all your leads from Facebook land in a Google Sheet like this. So you have their name, you have their link to the Facebook profile, and you have their tags. And I have created an automation that puts the people in from this sheet, this Google Sheet, into Follow Up Franny. I am not going to run it right now. I just want to show you basically what it looks like. It just looks like this, right? So it's taken, you can see the Google Sheets is here, and then it does a couple of things in Trello, and it puts the people in Trello so that Cathi doesn't have to put the people in there manually. So she's going to have their name and in their Facebook profile, and then she can take her notes. So that's one thing you can do with Trello. Is there a follow-up question on this, or can we move on?
The follow-up is, Alex is an automation queen.
I am the automations mavericks, or I'm not the automations queen. I'm not the queen.
That's funny.
Not the queen.
Oh, here's a good question. Ooh, how do you use Franny with Pam?
Franny with Pam. I don't use her with Pam, but that is a good question. So one thing that we could do, see, this is how you get my juices flowing, and they're flowing. So one thing we could do is basically, when I'm thinking, when I have, let's say I have, let me show you. Let's say I have Leonardo DiCaprio, and he becomes a client, okay? So I have sent the offer to him, he becomes a client. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to label him as client. And the moment I do that, what could happen is this card, his card, could be created automatically in PM Pam, okay? He gets added here, and then without me doing any work, I get the card that I was created manually here, and I can create the tasks for him here. Boom, there you go. Okay, pretty cool. If there's any questions, pop them in. I'm just gonna move on with this. Great question, that was a great question. I mean, all of them are great, really. Okay, so what I wanna show you here, take a look here. There's a Leonardo DiCaprio here, and it has some 5 hours and 10 hours. What the fuck is that, right? Let's click on this card and see. So this is time tracking, and it says my estimate of the time on this task was 10 hours, and I can click on it here, and I can edit it, and I can say maybe, I don't know, 10 hours 30 minutes. Okay, and the total time that I have worked on this is 5 hours so far, which is good. But what I can do here is I can start the timer when I'm working on the task, and check this out, it's moving. So I can then go finish the task. This is very useful for any time you are invoicing your client for your time, right? So if you're working as a VA, for instance, just start the timer. When you're done with the task, just stop the timer, and it's going to add the time automatically. It has added 1 minute because it runs up to 2 minutes. And now we have 5 hours, 1 minute. Or you can just add the time at the end of the day and say, I have been working for 4 more hours on this client today, and just save it like that. And so this allows us to to then invoice our clients, basically, because you can go here, I think, and you can see within your last 30 days, for instance, how much time you have spent on each individual client. So I can see that Leonardo, 9 hours, 1 minute. This is how much I have to invoice them. And I can also export this to a CSV file if I need to, or I mean, we could even add an automation which will send this to Xero or your other, software that issues an invoice to your clients. Why not? So that's pretty cool, right? And the numbers here have changed. And the last thing that I actually added today, because somebody asked about it on my webinar, Trello Magic webinar on Wednesday, is can I create recurring tasks? So let's say this is mostly regarding, for instance, posting, like if you want to post on different Facebook groups and you want to repeat some tasks, we want to repeat some posts, right? So basically, I just want to show you the mechanism behind it, what is possible, and then we can design a specific automation that you need. But I have a column here that I titled Repeat Every Monday. So basically, every Monday, I want these tasks that are here, so Monday task 1, Monday task 2, to be created in the planning section. So this is a little messed up because we have our planning for our clients and it's all in PM/PAM. PM/PAM is just, like I said, it's a template that is meant to show you what's possible. So basically, what is automated underneath is that every Monday, my Trello will copy these tasks, not move them. It will copy these tasks, and every Monday here, these 2 tasks will appear. So if you have tasks that you need to perform every single week, this is one way of doing that. But there's so many different ways of creating recurring tasks in Trello. Oh my God, I am just starting. So basically, let me show you if I think it's here. If I go here to the scheduled automation, and I'm just going to run it because it's not Monday, right? So we cannot see what's going on. So I'm just going to run this automation, and it has run. Yes, it has run, and voila, the task has been created. So that's a pretty good setup, because anything you want to you want to be recreated every Monday, you just put here, and automatically every Monday they get recreated without you doing anything, because the automation is built in underneath already. So this is what I wanted to show you, and I am going to stop my screen share right now, and we have made it. Let me just, yes. So you've got the link to the presentation. The presentation is, it's got a bunch of links basically. Okay, I'm going to share my screen one more time. If there's questions, let me know again. The presentation looks like this. Okay, so this is the Trello Magic presentation. It only has a couple slides. This is about me. This is the Business Buddy. It's a free tool. It's your Trello dashboard. It's pretty awesome. It allows you to just store all your links, your branding, your credentials, like anything, like even testimonials, your bios, anything that you're looking for, lists of books to read, etc., all in one place, so that you don't have to search through the stuff that you have on your computer. The second task is follow-up running, $37 right now. You can either scan this code right now with your phone, or you can follow the link here from the presentation and get her there. And again, she works with the free version of Trello, as does PM/PAM. And you can join the PM/PAM waitlist. And then when I create a product, this is going to be a little bit more complex. Then I will send you an email about it. And that's basically it. And the last thing in the presentation is the link to the presentation itself, for reasons that are different from this webinar in particular. Do we have any questions? Wow, I talk fast.
I don't see any more questions right now, but what is happening? Oh, I would love, first of all, I am so glad that I finally got to see PM/PAM. I wanted to hear about it on Wednesday, and for whatever reason that didn't work out. So hopefully people who are in the same workshop as me on Wednesday are here today, because we told them that they would get that information. But I know you have a hard stop in 14 minutes. So let's talk about the overwhelm that a lot of people may be feeling right now when we say the word automation. what do you say to somebody who understands that, yes, automation will make their life and their business simpler, but they get completely petrified of the tech, of I don't know where to start, all of the things that I'm sure you've heard 1,000 times. And actually, guys, in the chat, tell us some of the things that you think when you hear the word automation, or you think about automating your systems. What holds you back? Now is the time to ask those questions of our automations maverick.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic, because obviously I don't have that issue like automation, just gets me going. But there's two ways. The reason there's different kinds of people. I find that this is the reason why there's two ways of working with me. Either it's one-on-one, where I do everything for you, which basically means that you don't go into the automations. And I love working that way, because then I take care of the automations, and you can sign up for my monthly retainer, where we meet for a month and we just keep improving your, we meet every month and you just keep improving your business. So you don't have to worry about the automation, because everything is set up for you. So if you're terrified, this would be my suggestion. You go to work with an expert like that. Or if you don't have the kind of budget for that, or you want to set up your own automations, but you're not sure if it's correct, and you want a little bit of tech support, and you want to learn, or maybe get just videos that walk you through like A to Z, then you can join my membership, which is only $97 a month. And this is for solopreneurs. And we set up everything from email automations through, quizzes and courses and whatever it is that you need. And you also get follow-up Franny and my other Trello tools as well in there. And every other week we meet for live Q&A for 90 minutes, and you can bring all your tech issues. And so what I find is people often, when they start with automation, they can set up something simple so you can play with it. People are always afraid they're going to break stuff, right? Well, you're going to break stuff. You're probably going to break stuff. Just like make amends with that and set up something simple. And usually when it gets to more complex stuff, people are not able to do that, which is totally fine, because it is complex. Like, don't be hard on yourself if you cannot set up automations. The brain has to work in specific ways. I studied IT for 5 years. I have been, I am an engineer at heart since I was a child. Like, if you get business, but if you sign up to my newsletter, you're going to see my favorite toy as a child was a toy, which is just, it looks like a bed, and it has these holes inside, and there's wooden pegs, and you get a hammer, and you have to hammer the pegs through the holes. There's like, each hole has the same shape, It was just so much fun for me, just taking the hammer and just hammering the pegs through the holes. This is one of my favorite toys as a child. And then I have, a lot of experience engineering. So I would say automations are definitely not for everybody. I see people get lost in the complex automations, but the simple stuff, yes, do that. It will give you so much confidence. So just start with something. Start with, maybe instead of using Zapier or Make, which are programs that do automations for you, set up your email automations. So just getting that confidence is so important. So watch a few YouTube videos or join Tech Club and learn how to set up automations within your email provider, for instance, right? That's one way to go. So this is, I think, this is my approach. And again, don't feel guilty if you don't know how to do this. I see people get frustrated, like really frustrated. They start to try to set things up. And then the moment you get more than one software within your chain, stuff can go wrong basically on the way. There's a lot of moving elements. Yeah. And you have different things to worry about. So tech is absolutely necessary, and it will just it is absolutely necessary for us to not get overwhelmed with the business. But if you're afraid, I would say work with somebody who will give you the confidence. Yeah, that's my experience, at least.
I love it. I think that that's fantastic advice. And I did put over in the YouTube, actually in both posts, to comment Tech Club if anybody wants to learn more about it or to join. So
Absolutely.
and make sure too, guys, that you can tag Alex in those comments so she sees them faster, but I will make sure that she gets them.
Yes,
Alex,
that would be
thank
great.
you so much for taking the time to hang out with us today. Like I said a few minutes ago, I could not wait to hear about Pam, and now I need to go get on the wait list for that because it's going to be so cool when it's available. Where are you? You're going to the lake?
Yes, I'm going to the cottage house by the lake, just in 8 minutes.
Oh, that sounds like a ball. So thank you for being here. I can't wait to see pictures of your weekend trip, and be safe. And I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. And thanks everybody for being here. I'm going to go in and check those comments. There's no internet there, but I will do that most likely Monday. And just remember, there's no stupid questions. This is complex stuff. Yeah. And I really want to see where your mind is going, because you give me ideas. I can then create like cheap products, really cheap, awesome products that solve your problems. So let's do this together. Thank you so much, and everybody enjoy your weekend. Bye.
See ya. Oh my gosh, that was so good. So good. In a few minutes, we're going to bring CT up on stage, and she's going to rock our world like she always does with her ChatGPT and her AI genius. So let's real quick do a little bit of housekeeping, right? So if you were in the last Purpose and Profits event, I could not get YouTube to work to save my life. And now it seems, even though I tested it last night and it worked perfectly, I can share this YouTube stream, but it posts as, it takes you to YouTube. So it's not quite working the way that I wanted it to, but that's fine because there's still comments in the Facebook group. There are still all of the comments in YouTube. So that's cool for my YouTube. That's actually pretty exciting, but I digress. Let's talk about things that you can do right now. First of all, if you enjoyed all of the things that Alex shared with us, follow up Franny, PM especially, I want you to put that in the chat. Which one excites you most, or some aha moment that you got when it comes to automations? Make sure that you blow up the chat so that when she comes back on Monday, she sees that and feels the love, because she deserves every bit of it. What else? Oh, if you're watching this live, I would love for you also to put hashtag ChatGPT so that we can come back, CT can come back later and find those comments and know who is watching live, or if you are watching the replay. Let's take a minute and talk about VIP, right? So I actually am prepared-ish to show you exactly what you get as a VIP. I think I said this earlier. It's $47, guys, $47 for a VIP. And you are going to immediately get this Zoom link so that you can come back here and hang out with me and CT and our other VIPs that are hopping in and out as their schedule allows for today. We have a VIP Q&A session next Thursday, probably at 1 p.m. Eastern. I need to confirm that time, but you're going to be able to ask Alex, CT, and our special guest that's coming up in about an hour, all of the questions, all of the things that you want to know. And let me tell you that this VIP Q&A sessions are going to be geared towards you, right? In these free sessions, we are dropping our, our ideas and our strategies, and it's all fantastic, but you need answers to your questions, right? So upgrade to VIP, get access to that VIP session. You are also going to get 1 month access to my weekly office hours, where you come in, you can share your screen, and we are going to fix your shit. Whatever questions or problems that you're currently having with anything, strategy, verbiage, clarity, funnels, all of the things associated with your funnels, we're going to talk about it, and you're going to get stuff done, right? And then also you get a 30-minute one-on-one fix your shit session with me where we'll really dive deep into your stuff. The office hours is open. Several people come and go throughout that hour. The one-on-one session is all you, baby. So let me put the link to this in the chat again so that you can find it easily. I would love for you to take a minute and tag your business bestie in either the YouTube or the Facebook group so that we can share the love a little more today, especially as, CT's sitting there waiting patiently to let her in. Who's excited? Oh, I didn't want to close that. I'm excited. I know you're excited, but I'm super excited. All right, CT.
I'm here.
Where's your face?
I'm not going on camera. Didn't I tell you?
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
Wait, why won't it let me? Please hold.
Let me get my camera. My camera moved, my computer restarted. I'm like, yes. Okay, let's go.
Hi. How are you today?
Is it Friday? Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? What day is it? I think it's joke time. I think there's a little bit of laughter going on. Should we do a joke or a riddle?
Tell me a riddle. And while you look up your riddle, let me tell you, I don't think you heard this story. So my mom, has had some health issues. And on Wednesday, I was talking to her on the phone. I have no idea what we were talking about, but she says to me, we were talking about it being Wednesday. And she goes, is it Wednesday? Is today even Wednesday? Like she was genuinely had no idea. And I laughed. And my mom is like, why are you laughing at me? Like she was genuinely offended that I was laughing at her. I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. I only know today is Wednesday because Wednesday is my networking day. Every other day of the week, I have no freaking clue. On Tuesday, I legitimately thought it was still Monday.
Yeah, I don't know what day it is. So if it's Friday, you tell me it's Friday, I'll believe you.
Today it's Friday. I know today's Friday because this event happens on the last Friday of every month. So tell us, what did I say? A riddle? Are you telling us?
We're going to do a riddle. Okay, ready? I have a big mouth.
I do too.
And I'm also quite loud.
Hmm.
It's not JKN. It's not me. I am not a gossip, but I do get involved with everyone's dirty business.
Are you sure it's not JKN?
I know. Again, I have a big mouth. I am also quite loud. I am not a gossip, but I do get involved with everyone's dirty business.
Is this a wash machine?
No, it's close. A vacuum cleaner.
My vacuum cleaner does not have a big mouth. In fact, my vacuum cleaner has a lot to be said. Okay.
Their mouths are bigger than their, okay, but that one was too hard. So let's just, let's have a joke.
That one was too hard. That was a joke. It almost, my husband said, did your coffee come out your nose? Oh, that's funny.
What happens when you witness a shipwreck? You let it sink in.
Oh my good golly gee willikers.
I know, but you gotta start, you gotta have some fun. I'm actually in a special group right now. I'm hoping we can just have a chit chat too. And then I can share.
Absolutely.
In a group where I'm putting together a signature program and based on my human design. And a big component of what I value is fun and experience, right? And so naturally within the program, there's fun and experience, but that ties back to my learning background, learning and training and brain science and how to, do you know your human design? Are you asking me or the group, people in general?
I know your human design.
What am I?
Yeah. You are a projector,
yes.
Which is why anytime that we are in a group situation, I always invite you to share your perspective or your insights, because that is something that is unique to your design.
Yes. And I do need to be invited. So I'm invited now. And so I get to go blah with all of the expertise. So, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. So I know some of the people that we share a similar audience. So I'm trying to find some value that probably people haven't heard me say yet. So I know it'll come naturally.
Ooh.
Mama Magic Magpie is a Manny Jen, and Christian Tarot card reader is a 5/1 Manny Jen.
First of all, that is not even what that says. So you're funny. You just know that that's
What?
Christian.
Yes, I do.
Shout out to the people that are always at my live events. I love you guys so much. You help me fuel the chat. So we're talking about Christian, who is, you will see in YouTube, Pogs Angelo Tarot. If you're not following Christian on Instagram or TikTok, please do, because she makes me laugh. You wouldn't even, she sent me a voice message this morning that I wish I was recording my response to. I had no idea she was going to make me laugh, although I should have known. And it was so funny. I laughed for like 45 minutes straight. So go follow. Oh, guys, yes, this is fantastic. I love doing these events, and I love when people are live because I want to create obviously community, but connections as well. So feel free to drop how people can connect with you in the chats. If you're watching, I know you're all watching live on YouTube because that's how the streaming is working today. So feel free to put it in this chat, because who the hell knows who's going to see this on YouTube today, honestly, which I'm a little excited about. Also, I'm aware that trolls may come into our live and start posting whatever, but I don't give a fuck. And don't you care either what they say, because I'll punch them in the throat. But go put your information in the Facebook group as well, in the stream, so that people can connect with you on Facebook as well. And guys, I don't see anybody putting their information in the chat, but I know you heard me. I know there's a delay, but I know you're also going to do the thing because you're amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would love to hear, especially for the people who we don't even know who they are today. We're going to make new friends today, CT.
Okay.
Tell us, first of all, you and I met because you are a master NLP coach. So we need to tell people what NLP means.
Okay.
And a storytelling genius. And you have evolved as quickly as AI and ChatGPT came to the surface. So I would love, Debbie, who's our VIP that's watching live, says she's a generator. I'm a few minutes behind too. There's a delay in my brain too, but that's exciting. I would love for you to share that story with us, like how you got started, when we first met, how and why you've gravitated toward ChatGPT. And my especially favorite part of the story, friends, is how CT is, I'm not sure what the descriptor here is, but when we talk about when she talks about ChatGPT, we're not talking about the everyday prompts that you can go, the stupid junk that everybody on the internet is trying to sell you. We're talking about real research that you yourself are doing and information that you're feeding into these systems so that you don't sound like ChatGPT. You don't sound like your competitor who's putting the same stupid prompts in, and it's saving you time, because that is part of the purpose of this month's Purpose and Profits, right? We are becoming tech badasses. So that was a really long prompt for you. Should have put it into ChatGPT so that we could remember what I said. But please tell us your origin story.
Yes, no, that's perfect. I knew we needed to have a conversation. My intuition was like, I just need to have a chat with JKN first before talking about the AI and the twin and all of that good stuff. Okay, so back in 1969, when I was born, no. Okay, all right, center. Okay, yes, so I have a 30-year plus corporate background in learning and development. And I have a master's in instructional design, or how human performs. So not from the Tony Robbins high performance coaching, more from systems. So I have a mind that likes to figure things out in the quickest possible way. And so I've always navigated to tech. So when I started my entrepreneur journey, I did tech, I did websites, I did ads, I did ManyChat, marketing messaging. I did tech stuff, but I didn't like it. I didn't like serving people that had tech, like wanted me to teach them tech. That wasn't my forte, but I loved tech. So anyways, I put that on pause and I said, okay, NLP is the language of the mind. It's called neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro stands for your neurology. So how your body and your neurology is affecting your decisions, your behaviors, your actions, and your unconscious and your conscious mind. The communication, the way that you communicate to yourself and to others. And this is where a lot of coaches in the industry use NLP, the power of influence. You've heard this, like sales psychology, rapport building, power of influence, communication. And then programming, neuro-linguistic programming, is the strategies and the habits that you run either for success or for failure. So in my journey as an NLP master trainer, I've always focused on communication because I took that part of my training into corporate, into training and learning and development and instructional design. Because what I do is I can take masses of amount of information and only feed you what you need to know. Okay, so then I started my signature program, which was NLP and storytelling and magic metaphors and the charisma theory. And I was going down that path. And then November 2022, like there's dates in history that marked like COVID. November 22 is when ChatGPT hit the market. And I thought it was another gimmick. I thought it was another Clubhouse. I'm like, there's no way I'm going down that path. However, in February of 2023, I did. And I thought I was late to the game. So anybody that's not using AI right now, you're still early. And today's the day you're going to get on the train if you're not using it. So in February, I started seeing all these prompts and people just using the tool from a marketing perspective and ads. And I'm like, no. This tool has so much more power behind it. People are just using prompting. So then I started following a bunch of gurus and figuring things out. And I blended the power of communication and NLP and what I have as human intelligence into ChatGPT. And then I started seeing things very, very differently. And that's how the fruition of the AI twin came about. So what happened was I see all of these generic topics, right? So this is how it folds into my messaging. At the end of the day, I need everybody to be a master communicator. It is the one thing, it is a critical component to you being an online business success. Because picture this, people. You have all of this content now, like 1,000 multiplier. Before AI, people were putting out content. Now everyone's putting out content, right? We are going to be in content overload if we weren't before 1,000 times more. What is the one thing that you think is going to differentiate you from content? Showing up live, being a human being. If you're not a product-based business and you're a service-based, you're going to have to communicate. And if your communication skills aren't what separate you from everyone else, then why would anybody choose you? Do you know what I mean? Do you see where I'm going? So at the end of the day, my Magic Metaphors program is about teaching you to be a better communicator, writtenly and orally. I make up words all the time. ChatGPT, I know, brought me back to the very beginning because I saw too many people using ChatGPT generically and their voice wasn't being heard. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to teach people how to teach ChatGPT to sound like them. This is the creation of your AI twin. Beyond write in a funny, informative way that would reach a fourth grader, because that's what people are writing, or write in a witty voice. Or what I couldn't stand even more, write like Oprah. You get a metaphor and you get a metaphor and you get a metaphor. Or write like Tony Robbins. Like, why would you want to mimic someone that's not you? And then you're going to have to show up online and people are going to be like this, right? once you've heard of the first impression, you can never get your first impression back. It's kind of the same thing. Your content doesn't match who you are and you break that rapport, trying to rebuild that rapport, you're on an uphill battle and you're never going to take away the first impression. So why would I want to sound like Oprah? Why would I want to sound like Tony Robbins? I need to sound like me. Then the creation of your twin came in. It teaches you how to tell ChatGPT to sound like you using your words. We do a voice analysis. It tells ChatGPT does a writing analysis. How good of a writer are you? And it will tell you your strengths, and then it will tell you your improvements, and it will remember that. So it's teaching you to become a better writer the more and more you use ChatGPT. Then, if you've ever heard me use the word transformation, you probably haven't, because I hate that word. Or skyrocket your success. You'll never hear me say that word. You will hear me say buckle up, or it's a roller coaster ride, right? So there's a way that you can tell ChatGPT the words and the phrases that you use all the time, and a section of to say that the words that you don't like to use. So how many of you have used ChatGPT and it's using words and phrases that you would never use? And then all you do is you spend all this time edit. Get rid of the editing time. We're talking about saving time and automations, right? You got to use ChatGPT often enough so that it starts doing the hyperbole and spitting out that marketing jumbo wongo. Like, I hate it. You capture, it's worth it to capture every single word that you don't like and phrase and add it to your twin. Because then every time ChatGPT creates a new chat and it references your twin, it won't use those freaking words. Now, can I say a commercial break?
Yeah, please.
AI will never replace humans. ChatGPT is not 100%. You could tell it 10 times in a row, do not use the word unlock, and it will use unleash or unlock.
Let me tell you how many times using the twin, I have told it, and it's in my document, and then I say, don't use that word. And guess what? It still thinks that I love that word, and I hate that word.
So the way around that is when you're asking it to write copy, you want to say, it's really important that you refer to my reference document and only use the words in the words bracket. Like it's like training a dog. You have to be on it. You have to be on it. And then now ChatGPT has a functionality called custom instructions. So you can put in your business information, how you want it to respond, things like that. I say don't use that functionality for that. I have a different way to use that functionality, and I can share that later. But the twin has more than just, I'm a solopreneur that helps other solopreneurs get better at storytelling, right? Like, or I have a business and it does this, and this is my offer. That's not deep enough. The twin helps you identify your goals, what marketing efforts you're using, your website, your competitors. It does like a business SWOT analysis so that it has more context around your business. And then last but not least, a lot of people don't know the depth of their target market. And how many people tell you have to speak to your client avatar, right? And it's got demographics and psychographics. If you have testimonies from your audience, if you have before and after like survey or data points, and you feed that to ChatGPT to analyze, and then on top of that, ask it to act as a digital marketer and a researcher and uncover the challenges, the limiting beliefs, the pain points, and possible solutions to whatever it is that we've just asked ChatGPT to analyze with the data that you already have. It's so much more than that superficial, my target audience is, women, mompreneurs, over 40. What are we getting in the, I need to update my twin. Yes. So for those of you that are in my world and you have your twin, those are the 5 core pieces. Okay, JKN, those are the 5 core pieces. And yes, analyze the testimonials. This is the power of ChatGPT. Hey, it analyzes, it summarizes, it compares, it contrasts. Reminding me to put this in the chat. Let me share my screen.
Oh,
So that I knew it. I knew we were going to get to share something that I haven't really shared with other people before. Okay, in my documents, JKN, confirm that you can see.
I see my face and Toby.
Okay, let me move you out of the way. Do you see repurposing?
Yes.
Okay, in this repurposing, if you go to the appendix, these are what we call the variety of prompt types that you can do in ChatGPT. So most people use describe, explain. Predict is a good one. Compare is another one. Justify is another one. Debate, people don't necessarily use. People say write a lot, right? Ask inquisitive prompts. So ask ChatGPT questions. You could evaluate. You could, those are more writing style prompts. So most people say write something. You could actually say analyze or uncover or compare all of my testimonials and find the 3 top pain points, or discover the 3 underlying beliefs and values that I can't see for myself. This is what this language model can do for you. Oh, so I'll put the link for this. This is the repurposing. I don't know if we have time to go into this one, but if someone has one video and they want to repurpose all their content with their twin, this is the be all granddaddy of all prompts.
You mean like if somebody is doing a 3-hour YouTube event and they want to turn it into content for the next 30 days, because 3 hours should give you at least 30 days of content? I've never seen this before.
No, you've never seen this before. And not only that, you can take JKN, and anybody that does YouTube or any kind of live where there's Q&A, rather than, so if you have a VA, great. If you don't, this is where ChatGPT will help you. You just cut and paste the entire transcript and say, identify all the questions asked, identify all the answers. So you don't have to go through, identify all of the resources mentioned, list out all the links provided. So you don't have to do that scrubbing and that editing. You let ChatGPT do that. Now, for this little conversation between us, JKN, you and I are having a dialogue. So you could just say, ChatGPT, list out all the questions that JKN asked, and then separate the answers from your speaker. Or summarize. Everybody does summarize, timestamp, and do a transcript. That's the basic. Who wants basic, right? We want to stand out. The standout is, did I use any metaphors? Did I tell any stories? Did I list any references? Were there any notable audience reactions? Out of everything that we've done here, this is critical for you, JKN, between everything that Alex and I shared, and if you're going to have your guest speaker, to summarize all of the action steps or recommendations into a handout that then when you send out the replay, it's not just a replay. How many of us get replay? How many do you guys ever get a replay? And how many do you ever get a summary and the timestamp actually added to the replay so someone could scan through? No. Yeah. Now you add an actionable workbook that they can actually take away and do something with.
Let me tell you why, for me specifically, and this guy's, I'm the funnel badass, right? So I'm always thinking, how do you turn things into funnels? I'm always thinking, what does my offer look like for my audience? Is it something that they actually need? Is it something they want? So I said this out loud today. I don't know who I said it to or why I said it, but I used to do what everybody else in the industry did. And part of my VIPs for live events was you'd get the replay. Well, guess what? That's not for me and my audience. That's not useful because I'm hands-on, dig deep, ask me your questions, and I teach and I coach specific to who's in the room, right?
Yeah.
If you are not in the room live, the chances of me saying something that is going to help you today, it happens. And it could happen every single day, but that's not a valuable selling point for me. Now, this idea of being able to break everything down into, you can go find out what is exactly what we talked about. You can go find that information. You can, spend more time, get the chunks of information that you actually want and that are specific to you. That's different. And nobody else is doing that with their replays. You get the raw video. Maybe they edited out the spaces, the the whatevers, but it is still just a replay.
I have very strong opinions on one point, but let me do point number 2 first though. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, any social media where you like to do those posts where you say, I got a question from a client, or I got a comment, you could turn all of those Q&As that you get into social media content instantaneously. If you ask ChatGPT to put it in a table-like format, then you can bulk upload it to Canva and get that baby created in less than 5 minutes. So there's a question. Can you put all of the transcript in ChatGPT all at once? If you're on the free version, you have a limit of 3,000 characters that you can upload at once. That's about 3 full pages of words in a Google document. I've measured it. Measured it now. Can I share a quick tip?
Yeah. And I would also love you to tell us because I am still using a free version of ChatGPT. I have the AI PRM. Is that actually what it is? AI PRM? Did I get it right?
Yeah. Well, that's the extension added to the paid version.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I don't have the paid. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. If you were to upgrade ChatGPT, does it let you upload the full transcript or is it still limited?
Still, it's limited, but you get 4,000.
It's not very many more.
But if you're on the paid version, you get these things called plugins. And in these plugins, you can get a plugin that automatically breaks your content up.
Do you have to search for the plugins or is it automatically there? You
have to search for them. Yeah, Chrome has an extension too that will break the content up. But let me just share with you. I mean, I love Google Docs. Let me just do KK.
Christian says that's why she always shows up live, because she always gets priority of her questions.
Yeah, she does. Here's KK's video. Okay, here's a transcript of a 45-minute video training that my friend Kristen Kelly did. It is, like you could go like this and try and guess how many words, and you're like, I don't know. If you're using Google Docs, you go up into tools, word count, display word count while typing. Okay. Now I've highlighted 377 words. So now if I go up to the top, I've already guesstimated it's about 3 pages all the way down to the end of page 3. Should be about 3,000 words. So that's how you would go into ChatGPT and say, 1, I'm going to give you a transcript of a workshop. It will come in 3 parts. Here is the first part. Do nothing with this content until further instructed. Otherwise, it's going to try and assume what you want with it. And then you just put transcript 1 and then paste it. Okay. Okay, now Yep. Thanks for sharing that first part of the workshop as you requested. Oh, so this is, let me just finish this thought. Now I'll say, now here is part 2. Right. And what did I say writing or did I say part? Transcript. Okay. You got to stay consistent with your brackets. Transcript 2. I'll only do 2 parts because I want to show you the way that I use custom instructions, which again is nothing I've shared in our community yet. So those watching live, you're going to hear and see something brand new, which is exactly what I wanted to happen today, JKN.
Good.
Because most people live right now have seen the AI twin. They've got theirs created. And for those that don't, at the very end, I will show them how to create your twin and get that done. Okay. You'll notice. Okay. So then it's like that transcript is a continuation of the previous one. Yes. The speaker is Kristen Kelly. So ChatGPT is coming back and saying, okay, I got it. I know what that second part is. I'm waiting for further instructions. I'm going to tell you what this is in just a second. Now I'm going to load KK's twin. So here's her twin, and I'm just going to copy her whole entire twin document.
So you put the transcript in first. And
doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. As long as you have your transcript and your twin.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm saying, here's information about my tone, my writing. This is the actual twin information. Now it's going to say, great. Okay. Got your twin information now. Thank you for providing such detailed information. I will ensure that this will be maintained. Your unique selling, whatever. Let ChatGPT just go. Christian, you asked earlier, what were some of the extras to add to the twin? You'll see here, the extra, when you get the paid version of my twin, there's 2 versions. There's the free version, do it yourself. There's a paid version, $97. In the paid version, I will instruct ChatGPT to come up with your unique selling proposition. It will come up with your I help statements. It will come up with your Simon Sinek golden circle of purpose statement. It will come up with a metaphor for your business. It will take all of your personality type stuff like human design, Enneagram, human design into consideration when you ask for marketing, brainstorming ideas or strategies. Yes? Okay. Now I've added the twin. Now I go back into the handy dandy repurposing document and I give it the mega prompt. And now cut and paste. Everything I do for the do-it-yourselfers should be cut and paste. Now, I make it look easy. I know I make it look easy. Okay. But if you're doing it yourself, be patient. Just go step by step. That's okay. All right. So now it's highlighting her main themes of her topic, her 45-minute workshop. It's giving the specific topics. It's giving the key points and subpoints.
Oh my gosh. ChatGPT, did you hear me say, oh my gosh? That means please note that this is an important part of the presentation.
Now it's identifying the actionable steps that the people should take. It's doing standout quotes that she had said. This wasn't an
quotes. That's pretty sweet too.
Because that now you say, turn all my standout quotes into social media quote templates. Link it to Canva and you've got those created. Oh, ladies, it's so much more. Data, statistics, and research findings. The prompt says, pull out any stats or data that Kristen used. But now what I could do, let's just say we wanted some more statistics. So now you've got your twin. Oh, this is going to get good. Okay, now you've got your twin. And you've got a piece of content that is authentically you. It's your voice, it's your training, it's your words, it's your expertise. We are not creating new content from scratch. We are not. We are repurposing and elevating what already exists. Now, ChatGPT, give me some more data, statistics, and research findings. ChatGPT, I would like to give even more value content to my audience.
P.S. ChatGPT, JKN hates the word value.
Oh, okay. Value driven. No, it's okay. Value driven content. Please. Okay. Cat note. I'm on the paid version and I'm also using a plugin that has access to the internet. Please find me at least 2 more data, statistics, or research findings that I can include in a social media post to direct traffic to a blog post that will have a summary of the workshop and replay. Now, here's the other thing. First of all, ask me any additional questions that you have in order to successfully respond. Now, here again, always keep in mind my reference to my tone, words, business, audience, etc. It knows the reference document, okay? Okay, so now it's saying, let's get a little bit clearer. I understand your request to provide the most relevant data. I want to know more about the specific topics you want me to focus on, because there were 3 topics that were the subtopics. I'm like, great question. Thank you. I like having a conversation. Can I have 1 stat for each? Now, let me highlight people, ladies and gentlemen watching. Because I have primed ChatGPT so effectively with the transcript and with my twin, I don't have to be so specific in my prompt now. Do you see how I'm having a conversation? I'm priming it and we're layering it. And now it's just like, okay, just go ahead and do it. That right there is not a perfect prompt without the priming. Oh my gosh, we could be here for many more hours because now I'm just gonna get on a roll. But
It's
we're gonna
okay.
have to.
This is a fantastic conversation. As long as you have time, we have time. So don't feel like we have to stop. Unless the people in the chat are bored with this information, and then we can just call it a day.
I'm trying to see if there's any more questions. Okay. Okay, now here's the other thing. It's using Web Pilot. Again, you have to be on the paid version in order to use these plugins. It's gone out and found some articles for me. And now I should have put in this prompt before, but it's okay, I forgot. Can you cite your source? Because what I want to get done now is I can't rely on this. I can't believe that this is true. I need to go double check. But now you'll see if I had included that cite your sources in my original prompt, there's the links automatically. So now I click on the link and it's going to take me to the source. Error not found. That's not good, ChatGPT. Let's see if this one works. Okay. Don't like you, ChatGPT. Great. So now I give it feedback. thumbs down. The links you provided did not work.
Let's see who over here in the chat says I missed it. Somebody says they're polite. I also am polite to ChatGPT because I don't want, when AI takes over the world, I don't want to be one of the first people that they like do things to. But I would have said the links you provided were junk. That's my 2 cents on my conversation. How did you connect your ChatGPT to the internet? Oh, wait, I'm confused.
I'll go through that. Let me see if it,
Oh, I know what she's asking. Okay, yeah. Good question. I'm slow. Manners matter. That is true.
it does. Yeah, so this is where, I mean, even though it cited the sources and it gave me here, the thing is the link doesn't work, but I could actually Google this up on my own and do my own data validation. Okay. Here we go, girls and boys, because we're on YouTube. I can use the web because I am using ChatGPT 4, the plus version, and I have access to what we call plugins. Inside the plugins, I'm going to go to a new chat because I can't show you without going to a new chat. When you're on 3.5, you don't see anything else, right? You can just go. Now, if you're using the free version and you want to access the web, there is a Chrome extension called Web Chat GPT.
Oh, I should put that in the chat. Web chat. What was it?
Web Chat GPT. I'll show you the extension again. It's right here. Web Chat GPT, Chat GPT with internet access. It's a Chrome extension. Now you'll notice I'm on ChatGPT 3.5 and all this came up. This is where you're going to start to be able to use the internet for free with ChatGPT.
Oh, free.
It's got web access. Okay. And they're mimicking AI PRM and they're giving you some prompts here. Okay. If you are on ChatGPT 4 and you want web access, you got to go to your plugins. And in your plugins, gotta go do a new tab. In your plugins, there's a thing called the plugin store. Let me see if there's any new ones. They're always adding new ones, ladies and gentlemen. So Access Link is a plugin that you can use to access links. There's a PDF one where it'll read your PDF. So you don't even have to, if you have your transcripts in a PDF, you don't even have to parse it. The way that this is a good segment to the customer interactions. So custom instructions. If you are using ChatGPT 4, let me just get this Chrome extension turned off so it doesn't bother me. We'll wrap on these couple of things. You got it. If you're on the paid plus version, you're going to go to your profile and then go to settings and beta. And then you'll see beta features. You've got to turn all of these on. It doesn't get turned on automatically.
Interesting. Because that's what beta means.
Right. Wait till I have the budget for 4.0. Yes. Actually, don't get me started. I can go off on another tangent on that. You don't need it yet. Okay. So this is the plugins. Now you'll see here, it says custom instructions. Custom instructions. This is ChatGPT's version of having an AI twin. Jasper AI is another copywriting like chat platform. They have something called voice or brand DNA. This is their version of doing this. I say no. I say don't put what you want ChatGPT to know about you, your business, your target audience, because look, you are limited to 1,500 characters. There's not enough space for you to cut and paste your twin into this. So I say use your twin. What I do like to use, though, is how would you like ChatGPT to respond? I say never use quotation marks in your responses because I cut and paste frequently and I'm always deleting the quotation marks. We're trying to save time. I say always use markup formatting so I can easily view and scroll the conversation or cut and paste. I say always be as complete, comprehensive, and detailed as possible because ChatGPT likes to give you a shortened version in a response. I say follow my instructions explicitly. If I ask you to do something like use 60 characters, use all 60 characters. Otherwise, it doesn't listen to you. Now, this is the very critical thing that I think. I put in the prompt. This is a prompt that I put inside the custom instructions that says, I want you to rate every prompt I give you. If the prompt is, give it a scoring between 1 and 10. If the prompt is a better than an 8, execute it. If not, generate me a better prompt. Yes, light bulbs are going off. I know.
Let's hang out right there for just a second. So we saw when you put the prompts into ChatGPT, it was giving you that rating. So this is fantastic because I know we all have generic crappy prompts from people that we've purchased off the internet, blah, 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 $1, whatever. So you are now telling ChatGPT to rate your prompt before it even gives you the feedback, the output. And if it's not an 8, so you're telling ChatGPT to rate itself basically and tell you if it sucks, and it will improve the prompt so that you have a good prompt. I don't know what the word I'm trying to find here is, but meaning you are telling ChatGPT to be better than all the other jobbers from the beginning. Okay, so did everybody catch that now that I went through it again?
And the other one that I do is ask me as many questions before responding so that you fully understand the test. So I don't have to keep writing that. Use custom instructions for things that you're constantly. So another one that I can put in here is do not execute a prompt until instructed. Sometimes I give you information for referencing, and then refer. Yeah, that's fine. I'll fine tune that one.
What if we put our reference document as a special instruction? Or should we put that into each chat individually?
Yes, because it only lets you put 1,500 characters, not words, characters. Mm-hmm. And what we create in our twin is, and not for nothing, I do so much work for other people. It's not just my business. So I can't just put my business in here in the way that I want it to respond for me. I'm trying to use it so that ChatGPT requires less editing for anybody, not just myself, but anybody. So I say stick with the twin.
Thank you for saying that, because I have several brands that so I have different chats for okay. Thank you for telling me that.
So you're better off using these custom instructions. And if I find a better way to use how to put in this section up here, I will tell you. But for right now, this is so let me save. And now you'll know if I go back up to these, it will, that's why it said, here's a rating of the prompts. Was it in this one? Yeah, right here. See, it said rating. The prompt is clear and concise. So because that's in my custom instructions, it's constantly rating my prompts. And no, you cannot use custom instructions on the free version. Not yet.
But you can have a Google Doc where you have your custom instructions and you put them into each chat for free. Because I know, and I see it in the chat that they're talking about, we can't wait till we upgrade to ChatGPT 4. there are more important things that you can spend your money on if you're waiting on ChatGPT. There are workarounds. This can let CT do the work, tell you how to work around it so that you can stay free and put your marketing dollars where there's not as easy workarounds.
Here you go. Custom instructions that's going right inside the YouTube right now. Cut and paste those. For those of you that, oh, I can't. It's too many words even in the chat for, I will create a special little document that has these instructions. And for those of you that are having the free version of the twin, you just want to put this as your very first prompt and then your twin prompt, okay?
That makes sense. That's also amazing. Okay, so I don't want to cut you off. What else? Did you say there was more to this?
Oh, I wanted to go back to the replays because we were talking about the value of the replays.
Mm-hmm.
At least, okay, I beg people who are doing replays, at least do timestamps, at least do a summary. At least, okay, those are the, and then do the actionable workbook based on the mega prompt. But from an instructional design, adult learning theory and background in the way that adults learn, this replay is good for information, understanding, awareness. This is not a training. If you really want someone to understand and to grasp and to implement and to gain a skill, then you need to re-record and you need to speak directly to the audience and record with the intention of training, not just sharing information. Replays are really good to share information. Make sure you have a summary and the timestamps. And there's no excuse now to at least have an actionable workbook because I've just given you everything for free. But for the love of training, be better than 99% of coaches and course creators out there. And don't assume that replays will put your people into action and ensure that they will get results. That was my soapbox.
Yeah, I cannot agree with you more. That is why I quit putting a replay as an upgrade feature, because me personally, if I sign up for something, there are some things I'm like, I really hope I get the replay because I know I'm not going to be able to attend live. And I intentionally know I'm going to go find that later and watch it. A lot of things that if I enroll, whatever, I want to go, I don't go, I'm never going to go look at the replay. Never. Part of that is because I am a skimmer. So I love, if you tell me that you're going to send me the transcript of whatever happens, that's an upgrade thing for me. That's good. And for my video friends who would rather watch the video, right? Captions are good because it helps those people scroll as well, or Zoom or whatever you want to call it. I forgot what my point was. Oh, but you give them the timestamps of the topic and where they can find it. Then again, it becomes more valuable. Whereas, like I said before, you just send me a replay. I don't give shit. Just saying. There was something else that you said that I wanted to respond to, and I don't remember what that was. Debbie is asking our VIP that's live with us right now, what do you mean timestamp and summary?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. I happen to have an example. And it happens to be in my Facebook group. It's also YouTube. Oh, so Debbie, you want to create a YouTube channel. So for you, there's this concept called chapters in a YouTube, and I can share that with you. It's the same kind of concept. So anybody interested in, oh my God, too many things. JKN. Now, yes. Because we're going to have a transcript, I'm going to say, we can just go through and say how many resources we're going to provide for people. Okay. Because what I was going to say is that people are interested in joining my Facebook group,
which I am dropping the link to in both chats right now because I was prepared.
That's what I was going to say. Like, go back to the transcript. Okay, so here, okay, the We Team replays. So here's a timestamp. I hate guides. I have to go. Okay, so here's the timestamp. So the We Team workshops, they're not time-stamped and there's no summary. But what I've done is at the 14-minute mark, this is where we talk about this topic. At this mark, we start to talk about that. And then at the end. So time stamping means someone goes through the transcript. And if you're using Fathom, Fathom already has a timestamp included in the transcript. Does that make sense? So is it Lacey? Just requested to come into the group. So thank you. I'll approve you in a minute. So time stamping, or in YouTube, I don't know if there's a YouTube video that has a chapter.
So in the chat, shout out to Michael and Bolton. If you know what that means, then also do it. I don't know, lightning bolts in the chat, because we should shout out Michael and Bolton. And if you don't know what that inside joke means, you should put question marks in the chat and we'll tell you how you can find out.
Chapters. Let's just see if someone has a chapter. It's got to be a long.
Not. I have struggled. No. Yeah. So repurposing content from my live, especially, I have not done, knowing that it needs to be done.
It's easy. You can, well, he's talking about chapters and he didn't even use chapters in his thing.
Well, isn't each section a chapter?
I just wanted to show you an example. So here it is. So here's the timestamps, but they're going to turn it into chapters. So you're going to see the main YouTube video up top, and then each like video thumbnail and the timing, and it breaks it up into chapters automatically. So I'll share this link because this is a really good demonstration of how to do it. I just wanted a visual of it though. That's a timestamp. There's a visual element to it. Anyways, I don't want to get off track.
There are people putting question marks in the chat because they don't know the Michael Bolton joke, and I love it.
I love it too.
We'll tell you how you can be an inside jokester too. And it'll be good. Okay. So friends, tell me in the chat, what has been an aha moment for you? Tell me what questions you have for CT so she can come back to these later. You should have in an email, once you registered for this event, probably got the free version of the AI twin, but CT, you mentioned the paid version. You want to talk about that?
Oh, I forget about my offers.
Right. So I'm here for.
Okay, so I have actually two. Okay, so this week, what I've been doing is if you're watching the live or you do a replay, I'm going to do it differently. You got to send me a message. Pay CT, pay CT, pay CT. The link that I just dropped in Blog Places, there's a button that connects you directly to me in Facebook Messenger. So if you want a promo code for any of my services, you got to DM me. So I have two simple offers at the moment. One is I will create your twin for you. So you don't have to do all the back and forth and you can just get right down into using ChatGPT. And the second offer is a done for you content creation service. So you saw how I did one person's workshop, converted it into a transcript, and then used the mega prompt and worked specifically with her to customize content pieces. That's $297, and it includes the upgraded version of the twin. So, and all of that, and all of the do-it-yourself guides, everything that I have, just go to my bit.ly link and you'll be able to reach out and then access any of the free resources or pay for any done for you services. Okay. Yes, Christine, I'll give you a promo code.
And I did put in the Facebook stream that you have to DM CT to get the promo code. So we said it out loud again. I guess I could put it in the
I'll
chat.
reward effort. If somebody watches to the end and they've been hanging around and want my services, I will do a promo code. Only in the DMs, nothing public.
Nothing public. Did you hear that, friends? Okay. What I was not prepared to get closing thoughts from you. Did you have any aha moments today? I totally just put you on the spot.
Well, I loved Alex's Pam. I know it's called PM Pam, but I'm gonna call her Pam Pam.
That's okay. I call follow up Franny FU Franny. So there we go. Yeah, I thought I can't wait for PM as well. And the more that I hear Alex talk about Trello, the more I love automations. In fact, I might talk about that later, but automations are a game changer, right? In your life when shit hits the fan. And the more I hear her talk about the things that she's doing with Trello, the more I'm like, oh, that's amazing. I've never been a Trello fan. In fact, I've used it before, but until Alex introduced her genius with Trello to me, I could not care less. So if you've ever had that feeling, if you've used it before and you're like, now it's different now. You should at least check out. Did she talk about Business Buddy today? Oh, okay. So that's another free thing. And I know for a fact that the links, you'll have to scroll back up to Alex's stuff, but the presentation that she shared today has a link in it for the Business Buddy, which is a free resource, and you should use it as well.
I use Business Buddy all the time and follow up Franny. Now I just want them all connected.
That was a good question. And she's right. I can see in my head, I'm already mapping out because I have in high level premium triggers. So, and I already saw because she showed me what she was doing for your group messenger. If things were going to a spreadsheet, super easy to put it into high level. So
yes.
Just some more tips and tricks, friends, more tips and tricks. CT, I thank you so much for being here. You blew my mind today. I started to say this and didn't finish my statement, but I have been all of the live videos that I do in YouTube, Badass Funnel Fiesta every Friday, except for the Friday that each month that we do Purpose and Profits. Those live videos go into YouTube and I never touch them again because I dread doing it correctly, right? I dread fixing the description to put all of the links that have been in the chat. I know that if I actually want people to come back and watch it, I need to put chapters in. Don't do that. And I also know when I started doing these live videos that it was a perfect opportunity to repurpose a shitload of content, really. And I didn't have a system in place to do it. So it's just sitting there. If you go look at my live videos somewhere in the channel, there's a button at the top, right, that says live. There's like 7 or 8 videos there, which would be like 7 or 8 months of content. And now I cannot wait to use your repurpose.
And you're using Opus Clip too, right?
Not yet, because let me be honest. I love the idea of Opus Clip, right? But what I don't love, and there is not an AI that I've been able to find yet. And I have my Elise, who is my YouTube expert, and a couple of other video editors, because they also want the same thing. But you can't tell Opus, I like this spot. This is something that we definitely want to highlight. Whatever it tells you is important is whatever you get as a clip.
Right now, the editing is coming.
I'm sure it will. So I've kind of been holding out on updating and upgrading, but now that you've given me this new repurpose strategy, I'm probably going to upgrade today because it's a lot of content. If you're doing if you are watching this and you do any kind of live video, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're doing Facebook lives, whether you're doing lives in groups, if you're doing workshops, if you're doing any of the things, I forgot what my point was, but I meant it deep in my soul.
You're talking about if you're sitting on content and you're doing all of these things and it's just sitting there not doing anything, you need to be repurposing. We
Yes.
do not need to be in the business of creating new content and flooding more information. Regurgitate more information. Regurgitate with your voice, your tone, your message, your energy, your authenticity, your business badass.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. You said something earlier when we first started talking, and I'm like, that is a gold nugget for me. So let's go back to that. Everybody has been saying, first of all, content is king for forever. But what you said, another thing that people have been saying is video is where it's at, right? What you said speaks volumes and is so true. Now that, not everybody, but now that ChatGPT and AI is becoming so it's everybody's using it, right? I now can look at a post and I can tell if somebody used ChatGPT because most people are using those generic posts, right? But as CT pointed out, as more and more people figure out how to do that, it's only written content right now, right? There are AI platforms that will do videos for you, and I don't know how good they are, but if you want to stand out from everybody else, you have to figure out how to turn that written content into video and put it out there, or the people who are only using written are going to continue to not stand out. So,
and I'm going to just do another plug then too, because I'm all about differentiating and standing out. It's good that you do live video or live workshops. It's good that you show up on video and you show up as a human being. And you got to remember the brain, NLP. Let's close this loop going back to this beginning with NLP. In NLP, your brain receives information and communicates information in 4 ways. What are they, JKN?
they are auditory, visual, visual, and kinetic. No.
Yes, close. Visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and auditory digital, or
And
internal dialogue.
most people, or 80% of the community that we hang out in the most is
Kinesthetic.
blah, 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 blah.
Kinesthetic. Okay.
Kinesthetic.
So this is why I got into ChatGPT, because at that core of what I do with Magic Metaphors is teaching you how to speak to all 4 ways, right? That the brain likes to receive information and the way that you speak it. And on top of that, it's what we call delivery skills, speaking skills. How do you communicate effectively and stand out? You can't just be a person that talks like this and wants to get a message across because you're really good at what it is that you know and how to do it. And you know that there are people out there that communicate like this, do you not? Okay, not that you need to be like, you don't need to be CT, but you need to be an energetic version of you that attracts people and leads them. This is where NLP comes along. You have to be at an energetic level higher than the people that you're communicating to so that they listen and follow. And there's ways that you do that. And language is one of the most important things, but it's also body language. I teach all of that in Magic Metaphors. But somewhere in between, you got to go from your, hopefully now, no one ever uses generic ChatGPT content ever friggin' again. You got to use your twin. Then your twin is how your brain takes in information and communicates it out. You need to learn the communication skill of speaking in all 4 languages. And that's where the NLP comes in. And then, so that means then your written will start to stand out. But then when you show up live, become a master storyteller, a master communicator, a speaker, a presenter that significantly distinguishes you from everybody else. That's my rant.
That's good. So good. Christine Ferguson calls ChatGPT chatty, and I sometimes struggle to know if she's saying Cathi or Chatty.
Fatty
You know,
Cathi.
I love that because I call Facebook often the Book of Faces, but my favorite is TikTok, which I call Tickety Talk, and YouTube is the U-Tizzle.
U-Tizzle.
I also don't like to use the same words that everybody else does, but okay, is that different if you're live or Debbie?
No,
VIP that is still live.
If you are presenting information, and we're all presenting information, it's for both. There's charisma theory. I got Riz for days. Yes, no, it's for both. It's a skill. It's definitely a skill. When you, okay, so for coaches, okay, I gotta go. This is the thing. If you're doing one-on-one coaching, you never want to be above. Well, you do want to be above. You want to match. So if someone is talking a little bit like this and a little bit slower and they process, you need to match that, even though it might be painful for you. As a one-on-one coach, you need to match the person first. And then this is called rapport building. And then you lead them to where they want to go. So if they're slow to thinking and you want to teach them that they need to speak and talk and respond a little bit faster, then how you would do that is you match their slow, and then you start to speed it up just a little bit. And you see how I just moved my body and I went just a little bit. We're going to move it up. It's what we call leading and pacing. So, but when you're training, you always need to be bringing the energy to where you want them to be. Again, this is the stuff I really love. Okay. ChatGPT and technology is like a hobby, is a habit. It's like fun zone for me. Yeah.
Christine says making coaches anxious one by one. That's pretty true. Yeah. But that's what a good coach does. They know they have mastered the skill of being able to match the person that they are in front of, and then, guiding them along. So CT, I know you have to go. Thank you so much for everything that you brought us today. I am so excited just for the repurposing document. I know we'd talked about it before, or I'd heard you mention some things, but you've obviously put some more work into it, and I am so excited for it. I can't even tell you. Okay. Thank you so much. And wait, let me make sure. So we dropped your link in all of the chats so that people can get the upgraded version of your AI twin. I also dropped the link to your Facebook group so that people can find you. And
I just put the instructions, the chat in the Zoom chat for you, so you can put that into the replay stuff.
I will save, actually, I have a document for today so that I have everything in one spot. So I'm going to save the instructions she was talking about are going on my document so that I can put this into the chapters later, my friends, and in the description and in the Facebook group. So CT, thank you so much. You are amazing. I appreciate you more than you can know. And we will see you later.
On the flip side, thank you. Bye.
Okay, so you guys, if you go back through the chat, Christine, I think it was Christine. I know you all are waiting for the special guest. Like, who is coming in here in this place today and is going to be the special guest? Well, here, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. So, this is the second Purpose and Profit event that I have done. And, they were 2 weeks. It's not quite 2 weeks, but I did two, one in the very beginning of July, and this is the official July, right? And I am happy to tell you that I already have guests confirmed for the August edition of Mind, Body, and Soul. So that, put this on your calendar. Actually, whether you're watching this live or the replay, put hashtag August in the chat, either Facebook or YouTube. And as soon as I have this event closed down and the landing pages updated, I'll send you the link so that you can save your spot for August. But the Mind, Body, and Soul edition will be featuring some of everybody is my favorite right now, right? Like, I'm bringing in my inner circle people for these first events. So my astrology friend Dira, who does astrology with her face. I love when she says that. She has confirmed. My self-care guru, who I can't even tell you the impact that she's had on my self-care, but Leslie Godzette is also confirmed. And then I'm not even sure how to explain to you how much I love Tara, but Tara is a coach. She's amazing. I'll work on my description of Tara because I can't put all of the things into words. But August 25th is when the next Purpose and Profit event is. I told you all that. To go back to my story where I probably reached out to 10 people for this specific tech-driven event, right? And everybody was busy. Everybody said, I'm so sorry, I can't do it. I've got this going on. I've got that going on. And at first I was like, okay, well, I guess that means that I'm going to have to talk, which wouldn't be terrible, right? Like I do tech stuff, right? Of course I do tech stuff, but if you've been around half a minute, you know, I hate doing just simple I hate doing this type of event when I'm the only speaker, because then I can't see your faces. I like to talk about what you need, blah, 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 all the things, right? So I first became convinced that nobody was available because I needed to teach something. I still don't know what that's going to be, right? And yes, I am the special guest, but I'm still telling a story. So then I think I mentioned this earlier in this event, my sub story. So I am a firm believer that everybody in business gets to a place where they are on the edge of a cliff, where you've heard of the hockey effect, probably, right? Where your business you feel like you're not going anywhere, downhill, maybe lots of things. And you get to the very bottom, like right before my fingers don't do this. Well, this fingers do. So let's do the Spock like, right? So here's the, I hope you guys are laughing. This is one reason why I don't like to be the only person on the screen, because I laugh at my own jokes. I don't care if you don't think I'm funny. I'm hilarious. Anyway, so you're like in my Spock joke was for you, Christian, but you're in the hockey puck, right? Like we'll pretend right here. This is the precipice, right? You're so close to hitting that massive momentum, right? And I am a firm believer. I'm not even sure how to word that, but I believe with all of my heart, and this has happened to me several times in business and in life, that this point right here is like the precipice, the cliff of greatness. And when you hit this point right here, not quite the bottom, pretty damn close, that's when, if you are a Christian, Satan throws everything at you, right? Trying to push you back up the cliff, back into your comfort zone, back where you know where things are happening. And the more you resist, the more you do not go backwards, the more things pile on. The point being, the last 2 weeks, my personal life has piled on like you would not believe. And I'm not going to tell you all of those stories. Everything is fine. I don't need any sympathy or anything like that. But yesterday, I became convinced, I will tell you, because my mom can use all of the good vibes, but my mom has been struggling with TIAs, or mini strokes. And as of this moment, we don't know what the cause is, right? So she went to the doctor yesterday. Look, my face is getting all red. I'm getting hot and bothered here, friends. She went to the doctor yesterday because she woke up not feeling well. So of course I'm concerned again. I also live 4 hours away from my mom. And I'm not even looking at the chat right now because you guys will distract me. But she gets to the doctor's office, and remember, she's been having strokes, right? She parks her car and her foot slipped off of the brake and she bumped the car in front of her in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh my God, my mother can no longer drive. My mom's not that old. So that was stressful. She gets inside the doctor's office and she gets dizzy. So somebody from the office comes down the stairs to take her blood pressure, right? They know she's having strokes, and her blood pressure is so low that I hope she's not going to care that I'm telling you this story, but they can't even register her blood pressure. Goodbye. That was my husband. Say goodbye. Anyway, so she's around the corner from the hospital, right? Where she's been a couple of times the last couple of weeks. And they sent her by ambulance around the block to the emergency room. Certain she's had another stroke, right? So I knew her doctor's appointment was at 12:45, and at 3:00, I still had not heard from her. So I'm like, what's going on, right? And this is when she's telling me this story. When at 3:00, she told me she was back in the emergency room. I'm like, oh crap, I need to go to St. Louis right now. I live 4 hours from St. Louis. I have this event tomorrow. And the whole point that I'm telling you this is, this is why I couldn't find somebody else, because I may need to figure out, I may need to end the event early. I may need to let CT and Alex, who could and would handle the event by themselves, all of the things, right? So I'm telling you the process of why I'm your special guest today. It's a really long story, and I'm hoping that you take the mindset that I'm trying to coach you through today. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So I talked to my mom some more, right? She convinces me. This is how my mom is doing well. She's okay. But I'm talking to her and I'm like, okay, well, Amelia and I are figuring out how we can get to St. Louis. That's a whole nother story, blah, 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 blah. And she tells me straight up, basically, I don't want you to come tomorrow because I'd rather you bring the kid you're not planning on bringing so she can stay and do XYZ for me over the next week or two. And I'd rather you come when your husband can bring you because I need him to do heavy lifting stuff, right? He doesn't know this. She wants him to flip her mattress for her. Anyway, so I'm getting to the end of this story, right? I went from I'm supposed to be teaching to I'm supposed to be the teacher so that if I have to bail out, I can, right? I'm not going to be standing up a third person. And third, last night at like 8:00, I got into my bed and I hadn't been on Threads. I don't know if you guys are on Threads or not. It's fun. And here is here's my social media coaching for today. My whole theory, my whole strategy on Threads is I'm going to make friends and build connections with the people that I consider mentors, but are not, if I were to comment on their stuff on social media, I'm just a drop in the bucket, right? On Threads, I'm convinced there's a bigger opportunity to build those connections. So I get on Threads last night. I'm like, I haven't been on this at all. Oh, I am going to be at home. I'm going to do this event, right? I should promote the link. Look how red I'm getting. I should promote the link on Threads, right? I have not promoted there, blah, blah, blah. And then I all of a sudden got this deep, dark pit in my stomach and became scared shitless. It didn't last long. It did last long because this is what I did. And if you're on Threads, you can pull up my name and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So I did my invite, right? And the hook was I'm doing this and I'm doing this scared shitless, because what I did was I wrote out the invite. I put the banner image there. And then I tagged the 5 people. I tagged the 5 people that I most want to create those connections with, right? I have been saying for years that I am going to be on the inner circle with Ed Milet and Dean Graziosi. Like we're going to be friends. They're going to have my phone number. They're going to ask me my opinion on things someday, right? So after I did that and I posted it, my whole purpose was just to do something, right? I really was hoping that it might just get one other person who is not in my audience might have seen it and checked out this event. So if you saw that post on Threads and you are that person, please tell us in the chat, because I would love to be your friend too. But so I did it. And then right after that, I was doing some thinking, and I am a huge proponent of manifesting. I fully believe that our thoughts, we make things happen with our thoughts, right? So then I got to thinking about it, and like, I was thinking too small 15, 20 minutes ago. Like, what if I don't have a special guest? What if I couldn't figure this out? Because not so that I would be speaking, but so that I put this post out there, I tagged them, maybe they saw it, and maybe they reach out to me, and maybe they say, hey, I actually have 15 minutes at 2:00. I would totally love to come and speak to your audience. And then I manifested that shit. I mean, I said it in my head. I didn't manifest it. I'm still your special guest speaker. But what? So cool. if one of them would have shown up today. That's my story. Now I'm going to go over here. That's my first story. I'm going to go check the chat here and see what you guys are talking about. Yes, Tara is undefinable. Turn on the jets. I don't know what that means. Story time. I did tag Pink and Kelly Clarkson. Those are some badass business women, and I absolutely tagged both of them. I also have every intention of being friends with them too. It's going to happen, friends. I promise you, it will happen. La 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 la, the best guest speaker. So part of my other funny story is I mentioned in a live event somewhere that there would be a special guest speaker. This is when I was still talking to my friends, trying to find somebody that was available. And CT and Alex both had SEO people that they had in mind. I'm like, oh, that would be fantastic. And I mentioned that in a live event or something that I was doing. And Christian, my friend, said, oh yeah, I said in the same sentiment that it'll either be a guest speaker or it'll be me. And Christian was like, oh, SEO, yeah, blah, 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 blah. So what I hear you saying, Christian, is you don't want me to be the guest speaker. And I see you over here. So you never know if you don't try. That's true. All right. So that's story number one on why I'm your special guest speaker. Debbie, I don't know. We could go down a whole nother rabbit hole of why I'm angry about my mom's situation, because you know how medicine is. Let's attack the symptoms and not figure out the why. And that's a whole nother thing. But story number two, at the same time, before the shit hit the fan with my mom, and there's a lot of other things. It's not just my mom that was piling on, right? I was telling you about the hockey stick. Last Thursday, every person, I guess, in my immediate family had some massive explosion, right? I don't talk about this a whole lot, but one of the things that I do struggle with in a confidence, if you can believe that, if I struggle with any aspect of confidence, is in my personal life, right? Like I tell people all the time, I am never going to be mom of the year. I probably could be daughter of the year, maybe, but never sister of the year. Definitely not mother of the year, blah, 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 blah. And so when all of these family things piled on, I was like, oh man, that is exactly how the enemy knows to attack me, because you throw business stuff at me, which is actually how my Thursday started last week. I let some people ask me some questions that got me wondering if I even knew what the hell I was talking about. But that started my day, and that didn't really knock me too far off of my path. So then all of the family things, but I had a point. That's how Satan knows to attack me with my family, blah, blah, blah. We were talking about the hockey stick. Oh, so I was telling you the other reason that I was worried about this event and me being the speaker, right? So I could not for the life of me figure out what I would be talking about today, right? I knew that when CT got up here, you guys were going to get so much information on ChatGPT, so many tips, so many tricks. I knew that Alex was going to give you not one, but multiple tools that you could implement into your business that would be beneficial today. And I, for the life of me, could not come up with something that was generic enough or specific enough. I had no idea what I was going to talk about. And that brought me quite a bit of anxiety on top of all the other things, right? So the other thing, and I've already said this, when I'm talking to just myself on this screen, I don't get a feel for what the audience needs. I like hot seat coaching. I like to know what's going on with the people. I like to be asked questions because I can then tailor what I'm talking about so that it is beneficial to the people in the room right now. So here's what we're going to do. I decided all of the things. I've gone through all of the things in my head. What are we going to talk about? And still, as I'm sitting here right this moment, I'm not even sure this is the right answer, because we're in a tech summit, right? This is supposed to be about tech, but also about productivity. So I'm going to tell you about a couple of things. We'll see. We can quit early, but we're going to see how far we go. I'm watching the chat again. So if you have specific tech questions or something you want to talk about, you can put that in the chat. But the first thing that I want to talk about is how I get so much shit done on a daily basis. Okay. And I actually got this from Mr. Ed Milet, who has not yet responded to my thread, even though I did go after I made that post and liked a whole bunch and commented on a bunch of his stories. So he would see my name a lot this morning. That strategy hasn't worked out yet, but we're going to be friends. Hopefully he sees this. Power list. This is something that you probably can implement in a Trello board, your follow-up Franny, whatever that looks like. But it's a very simple concept. And I love how if you are in the We Meet Wednesday community, you know who Meredith is. And she is fantastic at talking about, your to-do list being a wish list. And I love everything that she teaches about that. But I use what's called a power list. And what's different between a power list and your to-do list is your power list is your daily top, I'm going to say 3 to 6. 3 to 6 things that you absolutely have to accomplish today to move the needle forward in your business. Okay. So sometimes on my power list, if I am trying to break a habit or create a new habit, that is something that is on my power list. For instance, Nishta, if you're watching this, we've talked so much about my content creation strategy that on my power list, I have 5 different pieces of content that I work on every week. And each one is on my power list every day. So for instance, on Mondays, I create stories for the entire week for all of my brands, all of my pages, all of the things. And then Tuesdays, I don't know, I have to look at it, but one day is carousels. One day is what Elise, my YouTube friend, calls almost viral videos. Another day are my reels, like my frequently asked questions, my tips, those type of videos. So that's one example of what's on my power list every single day of the week, because it's a habit or a strategy that I'm trying to implement. Another thing that might be on my power list, for instance, in my travel company, I have to do commissions on Wednesday so that we pay those on time on Fridays. That is on my power list every single Wednesday so that I do not forget. I absolutely cannot forget that task. Let me look at my list this week and give you some other ideas. Oh, here's another thing. So for instance, preparing for this event on my power list one day, I don't know, on Wednesday, I needed to make sure that I uploaded all of the bonuses into my email sequence for this event to make sure that got done. So are you getting the strategy behind the power list? One thing I didn't mention, threads notifications. Either you guys are showing me love on that post that Ed Milet and Kelly Clarkson have yet to see, or my friend, nope, my friends. You guys are awesome. I will hear from them. I promise you, and we will be friends. I'm manifesting that. That's another big thing. Power list. Oh, I told you 3 to 6 things, right? Here's why 3 to 6 things. If you put more than 6 things on this list, and I say 6 when they're not huge, okay? Some days when I have a really busy day, or I have a lot of meetings, or I have 3 really big tasks that have to be knocked out, I only put 3 things on my power list. Does that mean that I don't do other things from my to-do list? No, I just know that my day is not complete, and it's actually a win or loss for me. Okay. So however many things I put on my power list, I need to check everything off of that list for the day, for that day to be a win for me. Okay. So if I absolutely know I can't do more than those 3 things, I don't put a 4th or a 5th thing there. I'm not going to overextend myself. Does that make sense? I hope you guys are still with me. I'm sure somebody's watching this. Okay. So, and here's the other thing too. Our to-do lists are so long, also back to a Meredith reference. longer than a CVS, not a recipe, a receipt. So when you're working off of a to-do list, you're never done. You could go all day long and feel like you never accomplished anything. Maybe you're doing things that are not income producing. Maybe you just have every micro thing that you need to do on your list. But when you work off of a power list, you check everything off on that list and you can be done for the day. You can, without guilt, walk away from your computer and do the things that you want to do. You can play a game with your kids. You can go to the movies. You can, all of the things, right? That's another reason why I love my power list, because I know that if I did everything on that list, if I got done at 3 o'clock, it would be okay for me to step away and not come back for the rest of the day. Okay, is this making sense? Do you have any questions about a power list? I've taught about this before, but not very much. So I would love to hear if this is the first time you've heard about the power list, if you're using the power list, or if you are going to implement the power list. Okay, so that was one thing that I wanted to talk about. What other tidbits can I give you today? I was going to make a list while CT was talking, and I talked to CT the whole time. So I put all of my energy into CT's presentation today. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? Started using a similar list this week. That's perfect. Oh yeah, Lisa, I'm sure you've heard of the power list before. That's good. Makes sense. Love the list. Need to do the power list. The other thing that I think I wanted to talk a little bit about, because I have shared this with lots of people. One thing, and I know Alex feels the same way about this, we're always looking for the most affordable way for entrepreneurs new into their business, in a new business, all of the things while you're growing, right? We want you to know that there are always free options for you to get started and take messy action right away, right? And I do believe that wholeheartedly. You need to figure out how to make things work for your budget, especially when you have a very tiny budget. At the same time, I am also concerned about your scalability in the future, right? It is so much easier to put systems in place while you're in the infancy stages than trying to reorganize, restructure, figure shit out when you're, let's just say your email list is like over 1,000 people now. Okay. Not big, not huge, but big enough that it's pain in the ass, right? So I wanted to tell you guys about, you hear me talk about high level all the time. I love it. But what I want you to know is I have a birthday special with high level, and this may be something that you're interested in. Maybe it's not, but my birthday special is the reason that I want to tell you, because I feel I want you to look toward the future, right? I want you to think about what I just said and how am I going to scale later when things are harder to do? That's why we're talking about this right now. So first, high level is an opportunity for you to bring, I'm going to say 90% of all of your marketing needs in one place. You can put your calendar. You can build all of the calendars, all of the Calendly links inside of high level. You can automate every single one of those calendar links so that people get notified by email. They get notified by text messages. You can send yourself a notification when somebody not only puts something on your calendar, but for instance, my office hours. When you upgrade to a VIP, I get a text message from myself that says, add this person to the office hours Google invite, right? So that's another thing. You can't do that with Calendly. You can't send yourself notifications, right? You only see that somebody booked. What else can you do? You can do all of your scheduling for your social media inside of high level. You can create an endless number of landing pages. You can even create websites inside of high level. All of these things together. Well, here's the thing. I'm building some automations for a client that is going all over the place, multiple platforms, right? Which is where most entrepreneurs start. They have a free MailerLite account. They have their Canva account. They have their free calendar account. They have What else? Wherever they're building their landing pages. So maybe Canva, maybe MailerLite, Stripe. We got to connect all of the things, right? And when Alex said this earlier, when you have multiple platforms that you are trying to integrate, trying to get to talk to each other, shit breaks all the damn time. And if you are not somebody who is tech savvy, or somebody that even if you are tech savvy, even if you can figure out how those things break or how to fix it, it takes a lot of time if that's not your jam, right? So I'm telling you all of this because high level gives you the opportunity to bring all of that into one place, save you time. Eventually, the setup does take a little bit of time, but then your automations are all in one place. If something breaks, it's way easier to figure out and to fix. Okay. What's the point, Jennifer? Does it integrate with Try Interact or Google Sheets? Oh my God, yes, it does. And if it doesn't do it directly, there are ways to make it happen. So you can take, I've done this for CT actually, which we were talking about. I think we were talking about it here. When Alex was building the automations to take from Group Messenger and put them in a spreadsheet, you can then take that data and put it directly into high level. So yes, you can do all the things. My point is, I want to talk to you if you want to talk about your marketing solutions. I right now, for my birthday special in July, was offering high level for $47 a month for the first 3 months, and then only $97 a month after that. Here's why it's another. First of all, you can't get high level for $47. Even if you went directly to the company, they charge $97 a month. The support from high level is good. They have all kinds of articles that are easy to figure out what you're looking for, but why not work with somebody who's an expert and can go answer those questions for you at the drop of a hat? So this is your tech tip / productivity tip number 2. If you would like to consider saving more time and bringing everything together in-house so that you can scale with confidence and ease and affordably, think about here's the thing. I want you to think about this. As you grow, you will have to upgrade your Calendly. You will have to upgrade your MailerLite. You will have to upgrade Canva if you're using the free version. I've had the pro version for forever, so I don't even know how anybody operates on free Canva, but that's the thing. When you do hit those milestones and you upgrade, your costs will skyrocket. And maybe they won't be astronomical at first, but as you continue to grow, those costs will. And then you'll be like, how do I save money on all of these things? So that's why I'm inviting you to check it out so that you can save money now, save time now, and grow faster. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Let me check this. Oh, I didn't finish my thought. I said $47. If you want to have a conversation about this, drop a comment. What comment do I want you to put in the chat? Just put demo in the chat and I'll reach out to you and we can talk about it more. So that's my productivity hack number 2. There was something else I wanted to ask or tell you about, and I can't even remember. So here we go, friends. I already told you about the next Purpose and Profits in August. The massively huge summit will be in September. I'm starting to confirm the speakers for that. And when I say massively huge, we're talking 2, maybe 3 days. I don't know how many hours a day, but we can figure that out. But it will be exciting as well. And I apologize because I know there was something else that I wanted to tell you today to help you with your productivity and with your tech. And I absolutely cannot remember what it was because I didn't write it down on my Post-it note, all of my reminders, because I was talking to CT. So I really hope that you got the most value from CT's session. I know I did. Okay, so summit. Oh my God. Yes, not a Friday. Oh, Christine, Thursday, Friday. for the big summit. So you can get your groceries on Friday still and be okay for that one. And maybe Saturday, we'll see what happens. So the joke here with Christine is Friday is her grocery day, and I live in Kansas City, giant city, right? Well, I've had my groceries delivered since before COVID, right? As soon as that was an option, I took, this is a productivity hack, friends. Maybe this is what I wanted to tell you. If you are not currently having your groceries delivered, it will save you so much time and money. It's not even funny. But I was giving Christine a hard time because she said she was going to be late. She had to go get her groceries. And I said, why would you not be having them delivered? She lives in a small town. She does pick them up, so she pre-orders them, but she has to drive 30 minutes to get to that grocery store. And because I have lived in the city, how long have I been here? A while. I forgot that not everybody has something around the corner, right? I grew up in a tiny town where we had to drive 20, 30 minutes to get anywhere, and I blocked that trauma out. So there's your next productivity. Yes. Thank you, Christine. Okay, guys, there's no reason for me to take up any more of your time. You have been absolutely fantastic today. I love the engagement in the chats. I hope that you will tag a friend in either the YouTube. Actually, I hope you'll tag people in the Facebook group, because I would love to see more people there. And if there's something specific that you wanted to learn today that I dropped the ball on because I told so many stories, please let me know. I am, oh wait, I already answered that question. I love my Facebook group because it is a fantastic place for you to ask questions, and I will answer them all day long. It also helps me to create new content to put out into the rest of the world. So I cannot think of anything else that I need to tell you. Make sure that you comment #August so that I send you the link once I have the landing page updated for the August event. And that is it, my friends. I will see you soon. Thank you again for being here. Thank you to the VIPs who we will see. You still can upgrade. Let me tell you that too. The VIP session, which will be live Q&A with myself, CT, and Alex, will be happening next Thursday. And you only get access to that if you are a VIP. So the link is in both YouTube and the Facebook group. You can upgrade, I guess, as late as Thursday and still get access to that. But make sure you do that. There are also those other free goodies from me, office hours for a whole month, and a one-on-one fix my shit session, which is a $197 value by itself. So, okay, guys, again, I know I've said this a lot. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you for being here today because it has meant a lot to me. And you know why? Because there's been a lot going on and you're all amazing. Thank you so much. And I will see you